Leg side tucked around the corner. That's going to be 4 more. That's the second boundary off the over. Sliding leg side Gillespie and punished.
Yes, that's a delicate late cut by Gibbs. Just his 5th ball. Strays just a fraction and Gibbs onto it in lovely fashion.
No run to the gully, Matthew Hayden.
Yes, we did see him play a lot of shots away from his body, especially in that series in Australia, where the slips cordon and as well as the man at gully did a lot of work, picked up some brilliant catches to see or to get rid of Dippenaar. And he's young, he's full of promise, he can tighten up, and certainly a key player in South Africa's preparations for the World Cup.
Well, what an opportunity he's got today, that's for sure. Opening the batting. Edged and gone. So Brett Lee has struck. He's picked up the first wicket. Dippenaar once again edging to the second slip. Very, very sharp chance taken, and South Africa lose their first wicket. Ricky Ponting the catcher. Brett Lee very, very happy along with the supporters.
Well, this is that awkward bounce. He gets a shade of movement and straight to his captain at second slip. Brilliant bowling from the fast bowler. And again, Dippenaar playing away from his body pays the ultimate price. So he's departed for 7. South Africa 11 for 1.
Jacques Kallis, 26 years of age. Very good average in the one-day game of basically 44, playing in his 146th game. So vastly experienced these days, over 5,000 runs as well. He has got 800s and 34 50s, and for the 3rd time in the series, he's out in the middle very early indeed.
Well, that's loose shot by the opener, pays the price. South Africa yet again in trouble with the openers.
So Brett Lee to Kallis. Oh, that's a very good delivery first up. Gee, that's quick. A lot of bounce also.
Well, this is very encouraging for the Australians. They've been asked to bowl. Really, I can't speak enough of this man's control at high speeds. It's a magnificent delivery to invite the new batsman with.
Quick single taken. This might be a bit tight. Well, it's a direct hit as well. There's not a great deal of excitement out there from the boys in yellow. An indication that Jacques Kallis is safely home.
Well, it is risky at this stage, but it's a good single in the end. Good piece of fielding again by Martin. Well in.
It's a good shot, just a push this time from Herschel Gibbs. He's been pretty quiet for the last few overs, so he'll be quite happy to pick up a couple. No, decided to go back for the 3rd as well, so that's good aggressive running.
Very good shot. Jacques Kallis balanced beautifully. That delivery from Brett Lee, just drifting down leg side. Kallis into position very quickly. Flicks it over square leg. Jacques Kallis also a little bit shorter run so far in this series. Back at his usual position of number 3. Been a few dramas during the week as well in the South African camp. Some discussion between the coach and the convener of selectors and the CEO of South African cricket, none of which really does the side any good at the end of the day. Coach Graham Ford feeling that he needs to have more input in selection. So quite a few controversies on the go, as normally happens when a side loses a few games on the trot.
He's gone. Herschel Gibbs has spotted one outside off stump, and South Africa will lose the 2nd wicket. Poor foot movement.
part of the problem in the South African top order is exactly as Pat Simcox has said now, poor foot movement. A lot of that can be ascribed to the practice system that they use at the moment, where you've got two coaches who run in and on 15 yards throw balls as fast as possible at them, which means they can't get their feet going properly. 27 for 2. He's a pretty good player, Neil McKenzie. Just coming back to the footwork, there's this new system that's evolved in South African cricket where coaches adopted this policy of running in like a bowler and then throwing the ball at the batsman as fast as they can off about 15 paces. Now their theory is that it sharpens up the batsman, but all it really does at the end of the day is it makes them play from the crease, because there's no time to move your feet, there's no time to get in a step forward or back. And if you look at the South African top order, that's exactly what's happening. So unfortunately that strategy is not working too well, so it needs to be revisited. I think Anton Ferreira, who's the director of coaching, needs to have a look at that. Just have another look again. No stride. In by Herschel Gibbs, outside edge. Good catch at first slip. Jimmy Ma's pretty happy. So he should be. That front foot hardly moving off the crease line.
Nicely put away by Callis. Should be cut off by Brett Lee, though. He's a good athlete. Oh, that's bad fielding from Brett Lee. That is poor fielding.
Jason Gillespie not happy, understandably so. Don't often see that from Brett Lee. He's a very good fielder. Lee is pace and aggression, but away swing as well, which is really important. Jason Gillespie predominantly brings the ball back in at the right hander off the seam. Just looking at the length where he's been pitching the ball, the white marks on the pitch.
Callis prepared to take on the arm. And good running.
Was good running. Darren Lehman a bit slow to pick that up.
It's nicely driven. Just wide of the backward point. McKenzie will feel comfortable after that. Middle of the bat. Nothing settles a batsman more than that kind of shot off a fast bowler.
Good stroke. Just beat backward point, and now slightly more defensive field in position again. Only 2 slips now. The gully has been done away with. 3 fielders in the covers.
Last 20 balls, 10 runs. Wow. That says it all. That's beautifully driven, straight down the ground. That's just what was needed right now from South Africa to kickstart that score. 12 overs gone, 45 for 2.
Support for Neil McKenzie in the crowd.
Nicely driven.
Good shot. Watson annoyed of himself. He thought he could have prevented that ball going past him. Good straight drive. Jacques hit that pretty well. Watson got a hand to it. Took some pace off it.
Clearly setting himself a high standard. That's beautifully pulled away. That'll go all the way. Yes, it does. That ends the over. So 53 for 2 now, and Jacques Callis playing well. So 53 for 2 after 13 overs. The run rate starting to creep now. 4.1. Jacques Callis looks to have very good form. He's got 22. He's faced 42 deliveries. And Neil McKenzie, 2 boundaries in his 11. So it's all set, and to take you through the next period of play, the next Supersport commentators will be Mike Hazeman and Steve Elworthy.
Thank you, Patrick. Yes, it was a very good shot from Jacques Callis. He is such a fine player. We know that he will pounce on anything short once he's in neck. And obviously also looking to target the young Shane Watson, just 20 years of age. He went for 8 in his first over. Oh, it's down. Got a glove to it, or a hand to it, I should say. It is racing away towards the boundary line. It's going to go for 4. So it wasn't too far away from Horitz, the young 20-year-old, and Callis benefits. 14 gone, 58 for 2.
Callis got the Sachin Tendulkar flick out there, and that's he's hit that superbly, but it's travelled very quickly past the fielder. Did he even get a hand to it? He did, yes, and it's still gone for 4. He's obviously hit that superbly.
It's a good shot on the offside. Didn't try and hit it too hard, Neil McKenzie. Sweet timing, 4 runs.
That's a wonderful shot from Neil McKenzie here. He's just leant on that, has gone through the covers, and Shane Watson obviously going to be a little bit perturbed here. His first 5 overs at Potchefstroom Park went for 8 runs, and now already today he's gone for 12 in 7 deliveries. So he's having a chat to the captain.
Matthew Hayden does well with his left hand. Magnificent conditions here in Potchefstroom for the 3rd one-day, 3rd of 7 between Australia and South Africa. It's a good shot, 3 extra cover. That is beautifully timed by Jacques Callis. The outfield is quite slow, but it's still going to go for 4.
Need you say more about that? That's trademark Callis. He's just leant forward on that back of a length. It looks like it's even slightly on the up, and he's just punched that right through the gap on the offside. There we go. It's just trademark Jacques. Hands ending nice and high. Watch them finish here. There we go. And he's just pushed that right into the gap. Brilliant shot. He hasn't even hardly hit that. Great, great shot.
Quite obvious also that the South African players are not going to allow Shane Watson to settle. 4 4s and 1 6 in his 31 so far. That time just straying a bit leg side. There is a fine leg in position now. And a man at deep square leg, just the single, so it's good fielding. But 5 runs off the first 2 balls of another Watson over. Now there's a few familiar figures. Of course, you normally see those guys around during the test matches, not the one-dayers. Still some batting to come, all the way down to Bier at 10. Short and wide, he had a go at that, did Neil McKenzie, but fortunately for Andy Bickle, straight to Martin. That is a sweet shot from Neil McKenzie. 4 runs. Very, very well played.
That's a top shot. Beautifully timed by Neil McKenzie. Beautifully timed.
And that shot also brings up the 50 partnership. So what a good stand this is between these two. They'll know only too well that they need to keep going. But what a lovely shot. Everything absolutely perfect from Neil McKenzie.
Just see the difference when they're trying to force it on this wicket. As you say, the pace not quite there. And there he just leans on that one. Same as Jacques Callis earlier on.
And now mixing it up with a quick single. Gee, that would have been very, very tight indeed. Jacques Callis certainly had to get the huge strides out at the last minute. Ma didn't hit the stumps. So safely home. 79 for 2.
I think that's a little bit tighter than you think. When you have a look at this on the replay, I think it's going to be, I think that probably would have been very close to out.
that stump mic is really hassling Gilchrist. Adam Gilchrist has taken the stump mic, and Jimmy Ma has put it in his pocket. Well, maybe he doesn't want to hear us, or they don't want us to hear what they're saying.
Look, it's not disturbing the keeper. I'm afraid if Maha falls on that, it's going to be an expensive fall. Pretty prominent in his pocket. He'll need to give it to the umpire, at least.
One in the middle, back.
Well, if they have a team meeting, could be a problem.
Always prepared, Mick. So I go.
Is he still switched on, Bet?
Nicely played by Callis. Just maybe the start of a new era where maybe we give a couple of the players some mics so we can listen to what they say. I'm sure some of the match referees will be happy with that.
We have to say the trouser pocket is very low. We must hope we can hear what's going on. It's a good single by Callis.
Keep it going, stop.
That's a beautiful shot from Jock Callis. Don't know if it'll go all the way though. It's been tagged back. It's good fielding.
Good cricket all round. Great chase by Daryl Neiman, cutting it down just to 3 runs. It's a good shot by Callis. Beautiful balance. And just turns it on impact. Gets it into the gap. And that's a very good stop by the big man.
.50 deliveries, 34 minutes since the last boundary, and that, I'm afraid, is too long ago. Gary Kirsten, who's sitting out today, just running onto the field with some gloves and some water, and I'd guess that is to tell the batsman to get a hurry up. They've set a total in mind, and at this rate, they're not going to get there. I think the danger is you slip into that mode of just picking up the singles, not looking for the boundaries.
It's a good shot by Callis. Just to the onside of Lehman, picks up 1. Yes, I suggest there was a message in that bottle, Pat. One of them have to take risks. He's impressed me with his control, and I think you as a fellow spinner will be equally impressed.
Yes, he's just going to vary his pace, vary the angle he bowls from, where the distance he bowls from. There's no spin available. Nice and flat. Can't get any leverage, can't get underneath it. But until you try, you never know. That's in the end, that's out. That's a good wicket for Lehman to get. Neil Mackenzie's hit it straight to extra cover and ends a good partnership. 78-run partnership been broken.
Well, as we said in the previous over, he's been forcing the batsman to improvise. This time hits it straight to Martin, who picks up his first catch of this match, and Lehman picks up his first wicket.
Welcome Jonty Rhodes. The crowd love him all over the world, and he's going to lift the pace, there's no doubt. If he gets in, some quick running, and the fielders will be aware of that. He's had a lean series so far with a bat.
Well, not just a favourite cricketer in South Africa, but all around the world. That roar and cheer welcoming Jonty Rhodes.
Now Jock Callis will know, and he's going to have to lift his game. There's no doubt that those knees get to work. Jonty Rhodes walks in, and suddenly mid-offs and mid-ons and man on the square leg, and when the ball goes out to you, you're under pressure as he looks to come back. That's his record, just 34. 223 matches, that's experience. Lots of runs, 26 50s, 200s. Been a wonderful player for South Africa. This is why he's there.
Yes, Lehman has allowed the batsman very little, and they needed to improvise, and he's fallen into the trap. So Neil Mackenzie's out for 37. South Africa lose their third wicket. And now it's up to Rhodes and Callis.
Well, Jonty Rhodes needs to get back quickly, already looking for the single. Only Jonty Rhodes could get back, that's for sure. Anyone else would have been left stranded.
And it's also Damien Martin, the other danger man in the Australian lineup. He's fortunate just to get in.
Good luck, Jock Callis. It's going to be critical to building a real big score. An attempted run out. Thought he was going to be home. And that'll bring up Jock Callis's 50. 78 deliveries. He'll certainly be happy with that effort.
So some work to be done by South Africa. That run rate is bang on 4 to the over now. They need to get somewhere around the 250 mark. Jonty Rhodes will always make a bit of room, and that's a very good shot. The outfield is quite slow here, so the fieldsman will be able to get around and tidy up on that boundary. So 3 runs the result. Horitz, the fielder. It's a good shot. That might have found the boundary. Yes, it has. That's a fine strike off the first ball of the over.
Excellent shot. Short and wide on this occasion. Jonty Rhodes just starting to find his feet now. Timing very good. Picking the gap. And the sweeper on the fence. No chance of cutting that off. That's very good batting.
Looking to get down the track, and Andy Bickle obviously saw him coming and dug it in.
Very good bowling. Jonty Rhodes on the charge, but starting his charge a fraction too soon. Bickle sees him coming. Very good short pitch delivery.
Looking for 2. You probably heard the call at home. Jonty Rhodes is very quick, but slight misfield enables him to come back comfortably for the second. Good pressure applied by Rhodes.
That's what happens when Jonty Rhodes is at the wicket. Fieldsmen are always under pressure because he's looking to take them on at every opportunity. That occasion, Horace just taking his eyes off the ball at the last minute. And Jonty Rhodes thrives on this type of thing.
Got that away on the leg side for 4 runs. That's a very, very good shot from Rhodes.
Sweep shot, fine leg up in the circle. Jonty Rhodes kept his head still, watched the ball all the way. Shane Watson certainly not used to getting swept in that fashion. Das looks a bit rattled at the moment.
Yes, he's gone for 8 runs off this over already in his comeback over. So 2 balls left, and he's already gone for 30 runs in 4 overs and 4 balls. Still dug out. Too long on for a single. And a very, very pleasant cricket stadium as well. Capacity crowd here of some 10,000 are enjoying the action so far in this third one-day international. Nathan Horitz has been brought into the attack. Just 20 years of age. He's done a pretty good job so far. First game at the Wanderers picked up 231, his best return. What have your impressions been so far, Chopper?
I think for a young spinner he's done very well indeed. Wanderers, he was superb. Last Klusner got stuck into him a little bit at Supersport Park, but at age just 20, I think he's got a lot of promise and a lot of years ahead of him.
There's a little bit of width for Rhodes. That's all he needs. Just an invite to whack it away for 4.
Jonty Rhodes plays the spinners really well, so this will be a test for Nathan Horitz. Rhodes has got wonderful ability to improvise. Gave himself some room. Timing was exquisite.
It's a good shot. Very good shot indeed. There is a sweeper. It's going to be touch and go. Oh, and he does well. Callis is going to be able to come back for the third. In fact, I think they're going to come back for 4. Overthrows.
Poor cricket by Australia. Don't often see that. Shot probably deserved a boundary. Hit on the up. Beautifully timed.
It's just little signs like that of the odd little misfield, the odd little panic settling in the Australian outfit. Could be another big over for South Africa. Singled a long one. And a rocket in from Brett Lee this time. Shane Watson letting out a yelp of pain.
He's not having a good day so far. It's all a bit of a battle for him. That one hit him right on the knee too.
Just what he didn't need. Still got 2 balls left in his over. Rhodes is so quick to work out the angles.
Again, good fielding by Horitz. That'll end the over. 168 for 3 after 37. Yes, if it beats that man, it's 2. And 2s right now are hard to come by. Jonty Rhodes with a reverse sweep. That'll run away for 4. Good shot.
I wondered how long it was going to take to bring that one out. I think the decision would probably have to be made. Not too many overs left. Time to go. Sets himself up early, and there's not many who hit it better than that. Reverse grip, and away it goes. What a great eye.
Not easy to bowl to Jonty Rhodes when he plays like that. Trying it again. That's Jonty Rhodes' 50. That's good batting. Just 44 deliveries. And a happy dressing room for a change, that's for sure. Well batted, Jonty Rhodes. Jonty Rhodes had a hustle. I think he could have been in trouble.
I've no doubt he would have been way out here if Gillespie had have taken that. Just from here, it looks like it's going to be very, very tight. Just bounced off the edge of the square and gone over Gillespie's shoulder. I think Jonty's realised he's in a bit of trouble there and diving.
Well, had the throw been better, straight into the hands, would have been close. He's pretty committed, as Rhodes. Never short of a dive. Happy to do that, whether batting or fielding.
Quite right, he needs to save his wicket there. There's no ways he is going to get out to that. Especially with the reputation of being one of the fastest men around.
That's out. Callis has nicked off. Gillespie struck. And that's just what Australia wanted. to get a new man in before he ends the spell. Well bowled Jason Gillespie. And well batted Jock Callis. Just the fine edge.
Gillespie bowled a bit of an effort ball here by the looks of it. It's bounced on Callis. He's got a faint nick on that. It looked like he's just trying to run it to third man for one. And in fact, he got the faint little nick.
South Africa now 180 for 4. Jock Callis gone for 71. Well, the next man coming in, Lance Klusener, and he's had good form. And the roar of this crowd will tell us he's walked on, that's for sure. What a favourite he's been in the last 2 matches.
I had no doubt he'd get a reception like that. He's definitely the hero around South African cricket at the moment, and who doesn't forget his exploits in the World Cup in '99, and these innings at the Wanderers and Centurion have certainly reminded us of that.
Well, Lance Klusener normally doesn't start off with a flourish. He likes to get in, feel a couple of balls on the bat, knock it around, just feel comfortable. Doesn't look to dominate ball 1, so I guess he'd be comfortable with Rhodes there. That's his career average, 42.66, 17 50s. He's certainly a match winner. In the last 2 matches, a lot of discussion as to why he's batted so low. And, if he's going to win a game for you, get him in as early as possible after the 15th over. Well, he's now at number 6, and this is the reason why he's there.
Good delivery from Gillespie. That's definitely an effort ball. He's bowled back of a length. You can see it's bounced a little bit, and he's certainly happy with that wicket.
High drama, Jonty Rhodes nearly run out, and should have been probably, had there been a better throw. Tried the reverse sweep, didn't make it. Jason Gillespie, not Jason Gillespie, Adam Gilchrist didn't throw it too well. In the block hole, that's a very, very good over from the young spinner. So 196 for 4, Horrocks will continue. He's bowling to Klusener. And Klusener's launched this. He's middled it. That'll go all the way. That is what South Africa have been waiting for a while. Horrocks with a bit of flight. And Klusener, he just measured it. Well, can we see some more of this to take you through the next period? Mike Hazeman and Kepler Wessels.
Advancing again, this time too long on. Jonty Rhodes is coming back. This might be a little bit tight. Rhodes is so quick though, and he gets back quite comfortably.
Good throw by Jason Gillespie. Jonty Rhodes so quick between the wickets. That is the 6. Lance Klusener beautifully balanced as he hits that over mid-on into the crowd. That's what they've come to see. He's played very well during this series so far.
And that 6 brought up his 3,000 runs in one-day international cricket. Rhodes, lovely shot, just slicing it over extra cover for 4. Now the boys are going.
Nathan Horrocks now under huge pressure. Difficult time for him to bowl. Never easy for a spinner to bowl at the death. And an inexperienced one at that.
The 2 youngsters, Watson and Horrocks, have been expensive. 12 overs between them, 82 runs. They certainly have been targeted by the South Africans. Gillespie, terrific. Lee did a good job as well, picking up 2 quick ones. And Andy Bickle has completed his 10. And Darren Lehman start his 9th. Reverse sweep, and it's a good shot. It's a good shot. It's an extremely good shot for 6.
Unbelievable. Jonty Rhodes, the best exponent of the reverse sweep in the world. Hit that right in the middle. Not something that one sees very often. That is a superb shot.
And it's off the first ball of the over. It's magnificent.
Just another look. Changes feet. Just like a left-hander sweeping that over backward point. That's a pretty good achievement. Imran Khan, of course, was a wonderful Pakistani all-rounder.
It's quick, nice and direct from Lee. Well worked by Rhodes, down for a single.
Good delivery, Brett Lee straight away. His rhythm's there. He's bowled really well today. He's bowled quickly at times. That one was onto Jonty Rhodes a lot quicker than he thought.
He's swapping now to around the wicket again from Lance Klusener. Where do you think he'll be looking to bowl, Kepler?
Well, I think he should use the bouncer every now and then, but predominantly he'll be full and straight.
It's up in the air. I think it's going to fall safe. No, it's not. Good ground made by Matthew Hayden. He's moved a long way from mid-wicket. In the end, he's taken a very comfortable catch. So that's the end of a serious danger man. Then Lance Klusener.
Matthew Hayden catches so well. Made a lot of ground from mid-wicket. Jason Gillespie could have come in from mid-on, but Hayden was in position very well, and he made it look so easy.
Very, very quickly out of the blocks was Matthew Hayden. And Lance Klusener, a bit of a shake of his head. He goes for 20. South Africa now. All the 2s for 5. Certainly not going to see too many defensive shots between these two, that's for sure. Mark Boucher, someone who's quite intent on getting after the bowling and on with the game as soon as he gets to the crease.
Britley having to stop halfway through his run up. Only 3 fielders in the circle on that occasion. Just another look at that comfortable catch that Matthew Hayden turned that into. Such a good catcher.
Down to fine leg. Off the splice, and it's going to be safe. So Rhodes can consider himself just a little bit lucky there. End of the 46 over. 225 for 5. Gillespie back into the attack. Jonty Rhodes has hit that one up in the air. It's going to fall safe though. And he's quick enough to come back for 2.
It's been his day so far. He's batted beautifully. Been a little bit fortunate on a couple of occasions. Doesn't middle that one, just chips it up in the air.
He's had a go through mid-wicket. Mark Boucher's got enough bat on that to centre for 4. That's a good shot.
Old-fashioned heave-o through mid-wicket. Ricky Ponting just missing that one at mid-wicket, and Mark Boucher got enough bat onto that to take it to the boundary. Just thinking with the Australian bowling lineup, when all the players are fit, it will be a formidable one for one-day cricket if you've got Glenn McGrath, Jason Gillespie, Brett Lee, and then Shane Warne, of course.
McGrath with a bit of a back strain today. He's having a rest. Bottom edge, I think, on that one, and Mark Boucher doesn't hang around very long, so Jason Gillespie has struck again. Gilchrist the catcher, and South Africa lose another wicket at a pretty crucial time.
Delivery was full and wide. Mark Boucher throwing his bat at it. like he has to do at this stage of the innings. Getting bottom edge and a very comfortable catch through to Adam Gilchrist.
So the vice-captain departs for 5, and South Africa now with 2 balls to go in the 47th over, 232 for 6.
Andrew Hall to the wicket. Played pretty well there in the test matches. He's been in good form, but not a lot of time for him which to do too much. He's got just 3.2 overs left now, so it's a difficult time for anybody to come to the wicket.
Have a look at the dismissal of Mark Boucher, looking to just swipe that one through the offside. And just succeed in getting a bottom edge as the ball went through to Adam Gilchrist. So Andrew Hall joins Jonty Rhodes. Rhodes is on 77 at the moment. Full toss. Rhodes wants to come back for the second. Hall sends him back, so just the single off the last ball of the over, and I think also a shattered stump perhaps. 48 overs gone now, 242 for 6. Full toss. Andrew Hall's trying to whip it away on the leg side. He's got enough on it to hit it for 4. That's a good shot. Rudy Kotzen unsure. We'll refer that to the third umpire.
Didn't clear the boundary, it was 4. Jason Gillespie just getting this one wrong. Attempted block hole delivery again. Full toss put away nicely by Andrew Hall.
It's a good effort to play that shot. He would have been surprised by the height of that full toss. 4 it was. Through the offside. Work to be done by third man. Shane Watson gets very, very close to that rope. In fact, it isn't 4, but I just wonder if that rope, had it been on the line that it should have been, if it would have been 4.
Every chance of that. Outside edge. Shane Watson doing a good job on this occasion. Nearly touches the rope, but prevents the boundary in the end. He's had a tough day, the young man.
Straight to fine leg, quick single, good running. Plenty of action here at Potch today. And that brings up the 250.
Very good effort by the South African batsman. Sweep shot. Fine leg up in the circle. Andrew Hall diving in desperation.
Short ball, and Rhodes has got hold of that one. That is an important boundary. Backward a square on the leg side.
Jonty Rhodes at his best. Into position very quickly. Hook shot. Picks a gap over square leg. Excellent cricket shot. There's 4 balls to go now. South Africa moved along to 256. They'll be looking to try and end up close to 270.
Leading run scorer now on one day is against Australia. Jonty Rhodes. Short, and he's hit that pretty well. There is a fielder in position, and he's taken the catch. So disappointment for Jonty Rhodes, although he had played absolutely superbly. Jimmy Maher was the man who was loitering at deep backward square, and Brett Lee picks up another one.
Brett Lee picks up number 4. Wasn't a bad shot at all. He hit it pretty well. Only problem is he picked out Jimmy Maher. Short delivery. Rhodes in position again. Probably didn't hit it quite as well as the one before that. But a comfortable catch on the square leg boundary. Excellent innings by Jonty Rhodes. His 83 runs came off just 73 deliveries. South Africa 256 for 7.
So the captain now, Sean Pollock. Hall works it, drags it. Too long on, single, brings captain Sean Pollock on strike for the last 2 deliveries.
Just another look at fall of Jonty Rhodes' wicket. Hook shot, hits it well. Jimmy Ma waiting for it on the square leg boundary, makes no mistake.
A little bit warm in that outfit today. There's Stan the Duck, of course the mascot of Standard Bank, who sponsor the one-day series. Sean Pollock's had a go. It's going to fall short of the man at mid-on. No time, of course, to get your eye in here.
Got off the mark straight away.
It's been more like the South Africa we know. They've played positively. They got off to an indifferent start, then a bit of consolidation, and now they've got themselves a pretty good total. Last ball. It's beautifully bowled by Brett Lee. Well dug out by Andrew Hall. Just the single to end proceedings, though. And that is the end of the 50 overs. 259 for 7.
And a couple of clouds have built up in the meantime. Starting to get a little bit overcast at certain places. Still pretty warm, though. Good lunch had by all, I'm sure, as we did. So South Africa will come out now to defend a score that most people around the ground would feel is slightly less than what they would like to have seen. 260 to win. And initially a lot of talking about 280, 290. The required rate is at 5.2. Sean Pollock will start of the proceedings, and he'd need to bowl pretty tight. Make sure they don't get away to any flyers, the Australians. But Kepler Wessels, who's with me, has also had a good lunch. What do you thought?
I think it's certainly a gettable total, but I think South Africa probably at the outset this morning would have been quite happy with 260 on the board, particularly the way their top order been playing. So they would feel that they're in with a good chance. Australia on the other side, on the other hand, wouldn't be too distraught either. They know that it's a good wicket. So I think it's a well-balanced contest. I think a lot obviously depends again on Adam Gilchrist. He can take the game away from the opposition team within the first 15 overs, particularly on a wicket like this. And there's a South African batting card. Jacques Kallis played well for his 71. Jonty Rhodes played quite brilliantly for his 83. Other contributions came from Neil McKenzie, who got 37, Lance Klusener 20, and Andrew Hall played well at the end to get 18 off just 12 balls.
The partnerships, well, 78 between Kallis and McKenzie, that got it going. And the quick fire one, 75 and 73. I thought the pick of the bowling, Brett Lee, his job was to knock over the top order, and he did it successfully. Got 4 wickets, and Gillespie got 2. So Sean Pollock, he'll start off and bowling over the wicket to the left-handed Adam Gilchrist. He likes to play square the wicket, Kepler. And there's been a bit of bounce, so that will enable him to do that.
Sometimes one gets a feeling that Adam Gilchrist looks to do just a little bit too much early on. He doesn't need to do that. He scores freely enough.
Short first delivery, cut away. Klusener will have to carry quickly. He does.
Sean Pollock got Adam Gilchrist out at Supersport Park on Sunday when he attempted to hit him over mid-on.
That's in Gilchrist area. That's the favourite one. Don't want to bowl too much there. Klusener won't be stopping them if he carries on. Klusener does bowl, or should I say Pollock does bowl well to left-handers. He's got 2 slips in place. No gully. Extra cover. Backward point, Jonty Rhodes. Neil McKenzie. But without the extra bowler, each selected bowler will really need to carry or shoulder the burden.
Good delivery. Movement for Sean Pollock away from the left-hander.
I'm looking forward to see bowl, I think Makayantini. I think he might work up a good steam here. And with the angle, he's had good form of late. Sean Pollock, what a good career he's had.
Straight to delivery. Good balance by Adam Gilchrist, just working the ball down to fine leg. Matthew Hayden now on strike. He's got a couple of reasonable scores in the series so far. Got a 27 or a 28 at the Wanderers, and then 38 at Supersport Park. So he's still looking for a big one. He's really trying hard to establish himself in this Australian one-day lineup. He's been in and out of the side over the years, and he's looking to try and find a permanent spot at the top of the order.
Yeah, especially with Maya coming into the side now and getting runs as an opening batter, batting at 3. And then, of course, Justin Langer sitting on the sidelines waiting and biding his time. So it all creates a bit of pressure on Matthew Hayden.
Spots for the World Cup squad is at a premium in this Australian setup. Competition for batting positions is really fierce, so when one gets an opportunity, you've really got to try and use it. Very well bowled. That corridor of uncertainty.
Just 128 kilometres an hour. He hasn't got too much pace as Sean Pollock.
Well, you'll remember a few years back, Pat, when you played for Natal with him. If we just look at that little mascot there. When you played with him for Natal, he bowled pretty quickly in his early days.
Good shot from Sean Pollock. Just might have pitched outside. That'll end the first over. 3 for no loss.
Matthew Hayden went a long way across. That wasn't out. It would have missed leg stump, probably pitched outside as well, but it does occasionally just get too far across. Common problem amongst left-handers.
A big shot. I don't think he touched that.
Yeah,
Kepler.
I think you're absolutely right. My initial thought was it came off his leg. We'll have to have another closer look at this. There was a clear deflection. Yes, comes off the top of the pad. Good decision by umpire Coetsen.
2 overs gone. 6 for no loss. Sean Pollock. He'll be bowling to Matthew Hayden, who finds the gap beautifully. That's going to be 4. Hit on the up with a lot of power.
That's where the lack of pace that Sean Pollock has these days just counts against him on a very good batting wicket. In the past, that would have hit the splice. On this occasion, it's on the up. And Matthew Hayden, beautiful cover drive. Balance is absolutely perfect as he picks the gap between mid-off and extra cover.
That'll run away again. He's hit it square, inside edge, but with a lot of power, it'll go for 4. Sean Pollock holds his head. He knows how close that was.
Wasn't a bad delivery. It was an in-swinger. It swung quite late. If he missed that, it would have been LBW for sure. But Matthew Hayden kept his head very still, kept his eye on the ball. He did fall over a little bit, but his timing was good enough to beat fine leg. Second boundary of consecutive balls.
A very good delivery from Makayantini.
Excellent delivery, bit of a loose shot. Matthew Hayden just trying to force the pace off the back foot. That ball going between bat and pad. Very close to the inside edge.
Yeah, sometimes he tends to push forward and then he's lazy in coming back. And the gets beaten by pace. Shane Warne and Michael Bevan not playing. Well, he's pulled out. Dead ball called. Nothing that irritates a bowler like that.
Obviously something just worrying Matthew Hayden on that occasion. Lots of insects flying around today. One of them might have just got in the way, the instant of delivery. Just looking at that Australian change room, when they're at full strength and they're all fit, they're going to have a formidable bowling lineup. Glenn McGrath, Jason Gillespie, Brett Lee, Shane Warne. Not going to be easily beaten with that bowling attack.
That's a good over from Montini. 4 gone, 15 for no loss. This should be out if he hits. He definitely would have been out, no doubt about it. That was a suicide run.
Terrible call, Matthew Hayden. Error of judgment. There was never a run there. Puttadipana came in at cover. Underarm with the left hand, aiming for a direct hit. It would have been out by the proverbial mile. Matthew Hayden fortunate to survive.
Pulled away and dropped. Good effort.
Very eventful Sean Pollock over. Missed run out chance and a very difficult chance that went down, offered to Herschel Gibbs. Another look at it. That delivery was never short enough to pull. Gibbs made good ground, just couldn't grasp it.
It's pulled away. That'll be 4. Too short.
Plays that pull shot so well. Always looking to play it as well. That occasion, Kaantini obliging. That delivery was a fraction short. Gilchrist back quickly. Big gap through square leg. Fine shot.
By playing that shot, when it's really not that short, but it is short enough to pull for Gilchrist, really transfers the pressure on a bowler, doesn't Kepler? He suddenly feels he's got to pitch it up a little bit more.
9th Australian player to reach 4,000 one-day runs. Shane Warne picture, just having a energy stick.
Pollock to continue. Slow delivery, I think. It's chipped away through mid-wicket. It's a fine shot. That'll go all the way.
Beautiful on drive, balance, very, very good. It was a slow ball, but Gilchrist picked it pretty well, and his timing was superb.
Well, suddenly it's a testing over. Pollock's bowled 4 deliveries, of which 2 are no balls, and now gone for a boundary, so he's got his work cut out for him.
Good tempo so far. Adam Gilchrist, he's such a dangerous player. There was absolutely nothing wrong with that delivery from Kaantini. He was fortunate that he hit it straight to mid-off. It wasn't a half volley at all. You can see that those bugs are still annoying the players left, right and centre. I've done a bit of research, Steve, during the lunch interval about those things. They're called torrikes, which is an Afrikaans name for it. I have got no idea what they're called in English because no one else in this area knew either. But they're torrikes, and they're bugs about the size of your thumbnail. Got him! Trying to be a little bit too cute, I think, Adam Gilchrist. Just trying to work it past the slips cordon, and the first wicket down. That is a big wicket. Gilchrist is always such a dangerous player.
Yeah, very big wicket for South Africa there. That's just a little bit tight on him, and he's tried to run it to third man. I don't see much value in the shot because there's 2 slips in place, slip in place, and it's just a get out shot. The way he's been striking the ball, it's no need for that. But that's a big wicket for South Africa. 16 scored 16, 33 for 1 Australia. Gilchrist 16 of 24 balls.
Terrific average of 41. .800s to Ricky Ponting, 27 years of age, averaging 40.8. And he's at the wicket again fairly early inside the first 10 overs.
And there we have the wicket. Gilchrist caught Boucher, bowled Dantini. That's just too tight for him to run to third man, and it's bounced actually. Mackay's got wonderful bounce off the back of the length there. Clipped the top of the bat, and a good take by Boucher, and obviously that's a huge wicket for South Africa. The Gilchrist on this wicket I think could have been in real trouble if we hadn't have got him early on.
Yes, there were smiles galore out there from the men in green, and also the capacity crowd at Northwest Cricket Oval. So Mackay is continuing his fine form. He's been the pick of the bowlers by a long way. Got off the mark, down to Neil McKenzie at third man. It'll just be the single. Not too much in it between the left-handers and the right-handers, between all one-day internationals.
A lot of encouragement coming from Mark Boucher from behind the stumps. There we have it. Left-handed batsman averaging 29.5, right hand 26.1. Since 1st of January 2000, left-handers averaging 32 against 26 by the right-handers.
Nice and straight, good shot. He's been looking to play that stroke for some time, Matthew Hayden. It's not going to go all the way. Nicky Boyer's very quick. The relay on from Lance Klusener, and there might be trouble here if he lets it go through, and it's going to be out. That is brilliant. Mark Boucher is down. Ricky Ponting did his best to obstruct the view of Mark Boucher. He didn't. Mark Boucher was outstanding. Very good teamwork also from Boyer and Lance Klusener, and that is a huge, huge wicket.
Unbelievable. That's a great wicket. It's started off as a great shot by Hayden down the ground. Just punched that on the up, straight past the bowler. Here's the relay throw. Boyer's arm not great. Klusener got a brilliant arm, and he's just let that go, and I'm afraid Ponting's not even in frame. That's a big, big wicket for South Africa. Unbelievable. Well done, Mark Boucher.
Well, he certainly had to stay on his ground, and he did it superbly, Boucher. The pressure was on. Ricky Ponting gone. Australia now 39 for 2. So Damien Martin at the crease fairly early, inside 10 overs. 2 balls to go before 10 overs are up in this one-day international. But what a good start from South Africa.
And here we see Hayden punching it down the ground again. They're setting off Hayden's intent, really looking to come back for 3 there. Nicky Boyer sliding, picking it up, and there's the little relay throw. Man on his feet allows him to throw. Strong throw all the way through.
Yes, it must have also been very loud, good calling from Mark Boucher. He would have seen the throw coming in now and said, leave it. And then he knows that Ricky Ponting's on his way with his head down, helmet on, and straight into the ribcage. So far, so good with 4 balls of this one. 2 starts also again for Damien Martin, who's getting the work over from the Torokis. It's well played, and a single stolen. It's good running. It's good running. Very, very tight it might have been in the end. Mackay missing from about 2 metres, I suppose, and Sean Pollock wasn't that happy.
He's just punched this to mid-on, and he hasn't hit it properly. Mackay has come in close. Oh, and it would have been very close. I think he's probably just safe, but Mackay would have been unhappy with that. I know the standards the South African set.
That's nice and crisp, and brilliantly fielded by Butcher Deppenay. Gee, that is wonderful stuff. Mackay has also copped one.
The South Africans certainly seem to be alive out there. That's a great bit of fielding. Second time today by Butcher Deppenay, one-handed. First time was with his left hand. That was a great shot from Martin off the back foot, and a superb dive, one hand, right hand, pick up on the move and throw.
That's in the air, and it'll go fine. That'll go for 4.
Top edge. Welcome boundary for Damien Martin. Big responsibility on Martin and Matthew Hayden now. After this we've got Darren Lehman to come, and then not into the towel yet, but his trailing batting lineup not as long as normal. This was a good bouncer, extra pace. South Africa in a very good position. Got Australia under a lot of pressure.
Yes, and for Australia to get out of this quandary they're in now, they're going to have to play some shots, get that run rate up. But to do that, you need to take risks. That's driven firmly, that finds the gap. And a good start to an over.
No risk attached to that shot. Half volley dispatched with ease by Matthew Hayden. Picks the gap at extra cover. Matthew Hayden knows that he needs a big score. He's got to be the guy to carry it through today. He's had another start, his third one in the series. Today is the day he's got to try and convert.
Good fielding from Callis. Just a bit of a laugh. No harm meant. 19th over gone. 65 for 2 Australia.
Slight misfield, and Damien Martin ran about 2/3 the way down. Plenty of time to get back though, so no real drama in the end. It's a good hit. That's a very, very good hit. Goodness me, that's gone for 6. That is a mighty blow.
Oh, Mike, this was effortless from the bat of Matthew Hayden. We know he's a big man, but that's brilliant timing, and he's chosen his spot. And these are long boundaries, so that's a good clean hit. And that's the danger with this man. He seems to get better the longer he stays. That's a good clean hit over mid-wicket. And then the single there, taking the partnership to 49.
Down a third man for a single to bring up the 50 stand, so that's a good performance between these two. And you just get the feeling now they're looking to really step on the gas a little bit and get that run rate down. Another look at that wonderful blow from Matty Hayden for 6. That's an easy way to keep the run rate healthy.
Yes, one huge boundary in the over. He intelligent enough to have picked up the slower delivery and just helped himself. The 50 partnership coming up there in just 80 deliveries.
Full shot in front of square. Nicky Bier has got some work to do, and he does nicely. The batsman come back for 2 more. Whip that away leg side. That's a very good shot indeed. Just the one bouncing over the rope for 4. Also brings up the 100 for Australia.
Well, that's the Hayden we've come to know. Very sure of himself. When he's not forcing the pace and he just plays his natural game. He's chosen the spot. He had a good look there earlier on. And he's also had a good look at the bowler. So this is good cricket from the Australian opener. He goes to 47.
Herschel Gibbs just giving the white Kookaburra a quick shave. Big day for Carl Herter, standing in his first one-day international. Brilliant fielding. Very good work. And Damien Martin's going to be in trouble. Wow, that is outstanding stuff from Sean Pollock. Had to dive a long way to his right and, in fact, I think used his left hand to stop the ball and then got it back to Nicky Bier. Outstanding stuff, and that has broken the partnership. Damien Martin was a long, long way down, and we have seen some outstanding fielding in this Standard Bank series so far. And here's another one. There it is, stopping it with the left hand. Finally grabs it and throws it to Nicky Bier, who's hovering over the stumps, and Martin is out by a long, long way. Brilliant stuff by Sean Pollock. And I wonder if that is the spark they need to get up and win this game. It's a must-win situation for South Africa. Martin goes for 35. Australia now 112 for 3. Darren Lehman, 32 years of age, is the next man in, just getting sorted out by umpire Rudy Kutzen with his attire. Nicky will be able to continue in the commentary box as we have another look at that brilliant run out. We've got Steve Irworthy and Pat Simcox, who was smiling for the first time for a couple of months, and that's nice to see.
Thanks, Mike. Yes, it was wonderful fielding by the captain. As good basics. For your first delivery on the sweep. Well, that could so easily have been a bottom edge. That man in picture, that was quite fantastic. It was the last delivery. Boucher, he just looks razor sharp now.
There we see mid-on drop back now, but that's to protect the over. And also Hayden on strike. Different batter, different scoring areas.
Cross the line, powerfully struck. That's 6. That's a wonderful shot from Matthew Hayden at a good time for Australia. He's picked it up from off stump and just smashed it away over mid-wicket.
That's his strength area. That's what we've been talking about. That's where Mackenzie is. He's in between long on and mid-wicket, and that's just rocketed.
That's it, fine. That'll go for 4. Boyer forced into bowling more straighter because of the reverse sweep and pays the price. And again, turning out to be a good over. Now Mark Boucher will walk over to Nicky Boyer and just have a chat to him. But be careful to bowling too quickly. The more pace there is, the more Lehman will work it behind the wicket. 2 balls left in the over.
Yeah, I think Nicky Boyer will be very disappointed with that delivery. That's bad ball in any cricket.
1 wicket, yeah, fellas, 1 wicket.
That's worked away. That'll be 6. That's gone right out of the ground. A wonderful strike. Well, that'll take the Australians up. Well, that last delivery was a major strike for the Australians. Hayden picked it up beautifully in the slot. He didn't even have to run as he hit it. Went right out the ground. And there was a big over. That's powerfully struck. That'll be 4. Just a little shimmy down the wicket. Wonderful strike. And a good over again for Australia to end the 34th. 160 for 3.
Look at the percentage breakdown of runs that Australia have scored. Almost 25% in boundaries. Beautiful shot. Nice and delicate, just running it past the keeper's gloves, basically. Chases on for Andrew Hall. And then be able to come back easily for 3. So that's lovely cricket from Darren Lehman.
Hayden on 73.
In the air, straight back past the bowler. 4 runs. Very, very good shot. No chance of Callis catching it. More of a chance of it cannoning into Carl Herter. It didn't, and went for 4.
Well, you have to say the second part of after he's 50, he's been pretty fluent. And when he's very self-assured, he looks that good. And that's hit very, very hard indeed. Callis coming wide of the wicket. But this time he has enough room in which to free his arms. And picks up his 5th boundary.
Moves to 78 now with that single, does Matthew Hayden.
Well, the previous partnership between Martin and Hayden got to 74. And then another needless run out. This is another look at that. You have to also say, Mike, that was reasonably a good ball.
Gone. Trying to be a little bit too cute, I think. Darren Lehman, not for the first time in the series, just trying to run the one past Mark Boucher. Very, very fine indeed. Well, it was fine, but too fine. Boucher did the rest, and Callis has got an important breakthrough.
Well, just as I spoke about that partnership becoming threatening for the third wicket, this one looked very much the same. But he's bowled well, he's got the ball, looking to run it down to third man, gets a very fine edge and a vital wicket for South Africa at this stage. So Darren Lehmann departs for 33 and Australia 178 for 4.
Jimmy Ma, the next man in, scored 95 in the second one international at Senwes Park at Centurion. Of course, his highest score so far, just playing in his third game. And there's a look at Darren Lehmann, just running it off the face more than anything. And Mark Boucher doing the rest. So now 6 wickets in hand for Australia. The rate required is 5.9 from here. Short ball, bottom edge. Didn't know where it was, and it wasn't too far away from the stumps in the end.
Yes, at the fall of that wicket, Mike, you saw Hayden stomp his bat against his pad. He was disappointed he lost his partner there. This one perhaps hurrying on to Maha, and lucky to get away. It's hit his pad.
Down the track and gone. It's a sharp chance. It's been taken by Herschel Gibbs. So that is an important wicket. It doesn't get much bigger than that at this stage. Matthew Hayden, the player who's been there from ball one, has now gone for 78. And there are smiles galore from the boys in green.
And you can see why he's disappointed and why he was disappointed with the loss of Lehmann. The pressure shifting to the man who's supposed to have taken the responsibility, giving himself room, and finds Gibbs at mid-off. And there's a gallant and joyous Nicky Boyer. He's got the vital wicket for the South Africans. And they lose Matthew Hayden with the score on 180, and he gets 78.
So Watson taking strike now. Big responsibility on those broad shoulders. Playing in his second one-day international. Didn't have a good time with the ball earlier today. And Australia need 80 more runs. They need to go at 6.3 runs per over. 5 wickets in hand. It's been very vocal in the last half hour or so, Mark Boucher. Crucial wicket, this one.
Yes, you kept feeling that with wickets in hand you had to still favour the Australians, because they played really well with those two partnerships after losing 2 early wickets.
Watson, slight hesitation, off the mark though with a quick single.
Jonty Rhodes in the action. If he hits, he's out. End of the 39th, 185 for 5 Australia.
Just a hint of panic. Jimmy Mole, though he hasn't played for Australia much, he is an experienced campaigner. He's played for Queensland a lot. He's got a very good record for them, so he's been there before. Australia will depend very heavily on him now to keep the late order together.
That's hit across the line, and it'll go for 4.
Jacques Kallis normally has got pretty good hands. Shane Watson looking for the release shot because he's battling to get the ones going. Picks out Kallis, and that really wasn't a very difficult chance, but Jacques Kallis misjudged it. Got his hands in the wrong position.
It's played fine, and they'll pick up momentum. Pollock will have to tag it back, and he does. He's got a good arm as well.
Sweep shot, delicately played by Jimmy Ma. Desperation shown by the captain. He did pretty well. Great throw, but he's in. He's got to get bat on ball, Shane Watson. He's got to try and rotate the strike. Get Jimmy Ma on strike as often as possible. Good delivery. No feet.
Yep, Jimmy Ma's picked that up. He's going to have a chat to him. He called him down there. I want to tell you a little story. We've got to make sure you get bat on ball and get me down that end. Now, when someone tells a young man that, he's got to be careful he just doesn't hit and run. That's a wonderful catch. Mark Boucher's held on to a blinder. That is a magnificent catch from Mark Boucher. The end of Watson. McIntini's done it.
Brilliant catch, Mark Boucher. Shane Watson departs, looked out of sorts the whole time. Outside edge, Boucher gloves it beautifully in his right hand. South Africa now in a very good position.
The crowd are on their feet, that's for sure. They know South Africa now have the upper hand. Mark Boucher performed a wonderful catch. Shane Watson out for 8. So Australia now 194 for 6 after 40 odd overs.
Andy Bickle comes to the wicket. Can be a dangerous player as well. Disappointment for Shane Watson as he disappears into the dressing room.
Well, Kepler, I reckon if you walked into the stadium now, you looked at the score, you knew it was coming, you'd favour South Africa right now.
No question of that. Still got Brett Lee to come as well. He's not a mug with a bat by any means.
This is why he's there. Tracked away just a touch. Good delivery. Little leg cutter. Boucher knows he's caught a magnificent one. All that hard work, Kepler, that pays off. Those kind of catches. Hours of diving around by a wicketkeeper. Dirty knees, pain in the elbows, and it's all paid off. Pollock's now at slip. Well, McIntini's got a long memory.
South African bowlers also know that Andy Bickle doesn't like him short. It's pretty dangerous when you allow him to play forward and to hit through the line, but aiming it at his ribs, he's not real keen on that one.
That's whipped away. Will it find the gap? Yes, it will. Big boundary for Australia right now. Ends the over, 205 for 6.
Good over for Australia. 55 runs needed for victory now. 8 overs remaining. Very good shot by Andy Bickle. Picked the gap between fine leg and square leg. Played it to perfection.
He's bowled in. That is a good delivery from McIntini. Straight and full.
It was brilliantly bowled, McIntini. Bowled a couple of deliveries short. And then Andy Bickle tried to come down the wicket and give himself room. The block hole ball, bowled to perfection.
So Bickle gone for 7. Australia 206 for 7. How Australia going to get out of this predicament?
Yeah, they're up against it. This man, Brett Lee, be a dangerous player. He's a boundary hitter. Ball change required now.
So Makayantini's done it for South Africa. In the meantime, there's been a ball change. Sean Pollock's ecstatic. It's all going to plan. Brought his striker back. Straight and full. You missed that, you're out. Makayantini, 2 deliveries left. Lee off the mark straight away. He's pretty quick between the wickets. Immediately the ball thrown in on the bounce.
In the air, and he's sliced it away back with a point. That's going to be 4. Makayantini could be brilliant here. Unluckily, it just rolls into the boards, the rope for 4.
Having said all of that, Brett Lee is one who's shown us before in Perth that he can certainly hit the ball, and he's not one going to hang around here. That's a great effort by Makayantini. Just that second little bobble just takes it onto the boundary board. Oh, he's just headbutted it, and that's probably just knocked it through the post.
That's using your head. Yorker. Quick single, direct hit will find him well short. And they have a shy. At the other end as well, they don't steal another single. Brett Lee carrying on a long way past the stumps at the bowler's end.
It's all happening here. That's point blank range. Probably too long. You need to go first up, and then Pollock throwing it at the striker's end. Batter well home already.
Oh, that's hit him on the glove, I think. That's a nasty one from Makayantini. No ball called. Brett Lee, I think, got the shock of his life. Apologies there from Makayantini. Attempted the Yorker again, but obviously it slipped.
Well, that's maybe what Mackay will say. That's happened a few times in the series, and Brett Lee has been the bowler in the other circumstances. So, not that he's meant it intentionally. I have no doubt that it slipped. He apologised immediately there after he'd bowled that ball. But it's still a nasty thing to get, and umpire Herter had a quick word with Mackay just to pull his reins in, just in case. But I have no doubt it did slip. Mackay is just not that sort of bowler.
10 no balls. Gone! It's got the outside edge. Followed up with a length ball. Big swing from Brett Lee. Mark Boucher's moved a little bit to his right, and Brett Lee, that's a big wicket. He's an aggressive player. He's got to start the long walk back to the pavilion.
That's a great wicket for South Africa. Exactly what they needed. He was coming down at him and just beaten by pace. Got the outside edge. Boucher took another spectacular catch. Not as spectacular as the last one, but still safe. Going the look like to be going the wrong way. Oh, and dived. It's a great take. And the pace there, he's taken that at shoulder height, Boucher. Great, good wicket that. Great wicket. Brett Lee, 8 in 9 balls, and the score 222 for 8.
Jason Gillespie, the next man in for Australia, 26 years of age, averaging just over 11. He's a dogged batsman, is Jason Gillespie. Highest score of 26 against South Africa in Johannesburg in 96-97 season. Second highest score of 17 this time in Cape Town, but the same season. Boucher grabs himself another one. Double Nelson strikes. 222 for 8 as Brett Lee edges that one through off the bowling of Makayantini, who has now got 4 for 26. Makayantini. Mix up. This could be out. No. Lance Klusener should have got behind the stumps. Certainly would have had much more of a chance of taking that and taking off the bails. Thumbs up from Jimmy Maher, but I don't think so.
No, he's hit this straight to Herschel Gibbs, a cover, and it's not exactly on target.
Got him! Metal stump! From wide of the crease, straight through Jason Gillespie, first ball. So that's another wicket. South Africa are well on top now, and the crowd here are getting pretty excited.
I think that probably could have finally sealed it. That's a great delivery. Gillespie looking to work that through the onside. Full toss, just missed the straight one. Hit the base of middle stump. Good delivery. That's exactly where you want it. The last couple of overs.
So there's the furniture disturbed that was behind Jason Gillespie. Jason Gillespie is now walking to the change room, and he's got a mate with him as well. 223 for 9. Another look at the dismissal of Jason Gillespie. Nathan Horitz, number 11 for Australia. I think that is too much of an ask now. Just one wicket in hand. Ma's got to have just about all the strike. Past the inside edge of the bat. To Jimmy Ma. It's in the air, and it's gone a long, long way. That is a wonderful hit from Jimmy Ma, and it's caught in the crowd. I've got to say, it's a very good catch in the crowd, but it doesn't count because he's wearing green, but there's no yellow on it. 47 overs gone, 231 for 9.
That's a superb strike. He's come down the wicket, little shimmy, and he's just hit that into the 10th row. He's picked the length, and he's just followed through, and that's gone a mile. Absolute mile.
Good shot, nice and straight, and that's going to go for 4. That's a very good shot from Jimmy Ma, all along the turf.
That's a great shot. He's just shimmy down the wicket again, and he's picked his spot, and he's hit that straight past the bowler. It's a wonderful shot. Straight down the ground for 4, beat mid off, and there's no comeback from that.
They'll need to get 5 runs at least off 3 balls here. Got it through on the offside. Mackay-Antini's not going to get that. That's an important boundary for Australia. Down the track again, made it into a half volley and slapped it through the offside for 4.
That's an unbelievable stroke. He's managed. He's done that again. He's just shimmied down the wicket, and this time he's picked his spot again through that extra cover region, and he's just hit that on the up. Pollock not quite cramping him up on the onside, tucking him up in his body. He's freed his hands, and he's got right through that. That's a wonderful stroke.
Certainly is. 11 required off 8 now. From around the wicket, Sean Pollock has been a little bit optimistic with that appeal. Also, with Jimmy Ma just waltzing down the track. There is tension galore here in Potchefstroom. Jacques Kallis is going to bowl the last over. 10 runs to win, 9 runs to tie. Dare we think about another tie? If there's a tie tonight, it'll be the 3rd tie in a couple of years. The World Cup semi, of course, the Colonial Stadium tie. And potentially, I suppose, again here, the 3rd one-dayer in Potch.
That would be one too many, I'd feel. But it's on the cards. 9 of 6 balls is a tie. 10 to win. Jacques Kallis hasn't bowled a while. He'll be a little bit stiff. He's going to be needing to get that first ball right in the block hole. A lot of tension out there, and how much is enough for this last over?
Yes, it's interesting these days with the new law. Of course, in the old days, you'd just consider bowling full and straight, but now you might try and unsettle the batsman, particularly the way that Jimmy Ma is just waltzing down the track occasionally and bowl the shorter delivery. However, it is a huge risk with fine leg up inside the circle. It's going to test the captaincy of Sean Pollock. Things are very, very tense. Here we go, start of the last over. It's a full toss, and I think it's also going to be a no ball. So they're going to get 2, and the 1 also for the no ball. So that's a very ordinary start from Jacques Kallis. There it is, no ball called, a fast pitch delivery above waist high.
And Kallis stands with his hands on his hips, and he's just questioning the umpire. I'm afraid, yeah, he's got no reason to be standing with his hand on his hips. That's far too high. Understood exactly why Rudy Kutsin called no ball there. And as we said, a little bit stiff, not getting that first ball in the right area, It could cause all sorts of troubles here.
Single. That's all they're going to get. So 6 to win off 5 deliveries now.
Suddenly that's a very attainable target now. And Horwitz certainly looks like he can hold a bat.
Well, there comes a part, of course, where part of the game where Sean Pollock decides he's got to bring the fielders up. At the moment, surely he's still going to leave 1 or 2 on the boundary for a bit of protection.
Correct, probably the right man to bring him up to is Horwitz now, before the game gets away. But a little consultation going on at the beginning of the bowler's run-up. Exactly what are they going to do?
6 more runs to win off 5 balls. Hasn't made much of a change in the field. Right-handed Horwitz on strike. Fine leg is inside the circle, so he can't afford anything on leg stump. Full toss. He's got it away on the leg side. Good stop by Herschel Gibbs. Still the single though.
And what does that do? That brings Ma back on strike. What is Pollock going to do now? Good bit of fielding this by Herschel. He misses that. There could be potentially 2 there. Picked it up one-handed.
Partnership's worth 32 between these two for the last wicket off 25 balls only. Fine leg is up with Ma on strike now. Man at deep forward square. Full toss again. Slight misfield from Callis, and they scamper through for another single. Fingernails are being bitten in the change room.
And all over, not only in the change room, but the outfielders, I know what it's like out there. They'll be on the boundary, expecting the guys to be running hard at them, on their toes. That's unfortunate from Callis there.
4 runs off 3 balls. Sean Pollock still hasn't changed the field, so he's still got protection on the boundary. Quick single, straight to Sean Pollock and safely home. They don't go for the second one as it came off Horwitz. Really shouldn't have got a single there, Steve.
No, he looks a bit, they've obviously know what they're doing out there. They've said to themselves, it's basically tip and run here. You get a bat on it and you're out of the blocks. And away he goes. And he's cruised it in the end. Bit of a dangerous throw there. But for South Africa's sake, they only stayed on for 2, stayed on for a single.
Sweeper on the offside. It'll just be the single. Wow, now it's tense. Ricky Ponting's got no fingernails left. I'm not sure I have either. What a finish. What a finish. 2 to win off 1 ball. Men on the fence have all come in about 10-15 yards. Still 4 men only inside the circle. Nathan Horwitz is on strike. Just doing the right thing and pulling away to make sure that he knows exactly where the fielders are. Mark Boucher's now decided to go up to the stumps. No, he hasn't. I think that's a sensible move as well.
Yes, Callis quite rightly pushed him back. Said to him no.
1 to tie. He's headed straight down the ground. They're going to have to go back for the second. Wow. It's another tie.
Can you believe it? It's happened again. Three times against these 2 great nations.
Unbelievable stuff. It's like kissing your sister, they say. Magnificent. Great cricket from South Africa and Australia. And this series has now come alive, that's for sure. South Africa will feel a bit disappointed they haven't got up and won this game, but an outstanding partnership for the 10th wicket between Jimmy Maher and Nathan Horwitz of 36 off just 29 balls. Sean Pollock is certainly a little bit disappointed, But Steve, an amazing exhibition from these two teams.
That's been unbelievable today. From the time it started, you could see that both teams are up for it. Australia not fielding their strongest side. McGrath pulling out this morning, and they still got up from the India where we thought the game was all over.
And it is another tie, the third tie between these two teams in the last couple of years. A look back at the Australian lineup. Hayden played very well for his 78 off 103 balls. Martin run out, brilliantly run out by Sean Pollock for 35. Lehman run a ball 33. Marr not out 43 off 32. And then handy contribution down at the bottom by Nathan Horitz, who was not out 11 off 17. There was a clever partnership between those two. But, wickets falling at the wrong time for Australia. And in the end, after 50 overs, exactly 50 overs, 259 for 9. So an amazing performance, chasing also that total of 259 for 7 that South Africa set earlier. And Steve, one of the concerns I think will be the extras.
Yes, I have no doubt that too many no balls there. I know the South Africans are very finicky about that sort of thing. Extras definitely cost you games, and they're the partnerships. But Pollock will definitely know he's overstepped a couple of times, and it's something that they're going to have to work on. They try and always work down into the single figures as extras, because you cannot, on the odd occasion, swinging a new ball, the odd wide here or there, but no balls in one-day cricket, just extras you cannot. Plus the runs that come off them, obviously, is the main damage.
Yes, lots of extras in the last two columns there on the right-hand side, but let's focus on Makarantini. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 33, including a 6 off the last ball that he bowled. So another wonderful performance from Makarantini. Sean Pollock, for once, went wicketless. Jock Callis, 9 overs, 1 for 52. Lance Klusner, 1 for 54. Hall just 4 overs, and Pierre did a pretty good job for 8 overs.
So long stretch in this bowling lineup.
Gilchrist didn't start off too well. Well, he started 37 and 44 and then just dropped off a bit, and then all of a sudden the Durban game, it all came good. That's the start. That's gone all the way. That's in the crowd.
Well, we saw that earlier today. Anything that's a fraction short. We saw Glenn McGrath try to knock it one in at Smith, and that disappeared easily. This wasn't meant to be the half tracker. This one just landed a bit short. Bye-bye, baby.
Middle of the bat straight away. And the first over that Graham Smith faced, he got 2 similar. He had a look at them. I'm sure you'll recall that, Goth.